I want another go.
You go again. You go again.
You go.
You were close.
I was close?
Yeah, you
That
had
was close?
You had a good high note.
You're making me do an octave higher. Okay. I can't be here.
Please go. I can't do this.
Okay, Rainie, your turn.
Yep.
No.
I might be tone deaf. Can you tell me?
Yeah. We all.
Wait, did you really think that was the starting note?
that
Okay,
was
Kelsey,
fucked
you
up.
go.
Oh, no, I can't.
What are you talking about?
Suck a dick.
I'll try. Okay, you want me to really belt?
Yeah.
Wait, let
You
me.
made me, Belle. You made me go an octave higher than I wanted to.
Yeah. Oh, she's got to stand. She's got to get it in her diaphragm. Musical theater.
How many people
Wow.
have either
That was pretty
turned
good.
off the podcast or crashed their car? Welcome to Guilty
Yeah,
Pleasures. We're feeling a little wicked today.
Yeah, we are.
Something this wicked comes.
Popular.
Oh
Guys,
my
we saw
God.
Wicked. I'm just going to say this right out the gate.
Best movie of the year?
I had not seen Wicked on Broadway. I was not familiar with the soundtrack. I, for whatever reason, just avoided it.
Oof.
Your boy's Wicked pilled.
Mistake.
Goddamn fucking right, bitch.
That was only half of it too. You got a whole intermission for a year. I
Kirk,
guess.
are you on Team Wicked? Were you coming in?
buddy? I saw them back in 2015,
No
2016 when they were like touring. Like I guess there was like them doing it for the last time.
Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth.
Before
Wow.
changing
Shit, I
over.
didn't know they toured it.
Yeah, and so yeah, it was.
All the way to 2015?
It's
Holy
fucking
shit.
beautiful.
What's
I think
crazy,
maybe they
too,
were
is-
coming back. And
Yeah, I was like, I think they took a break.
Yeah.
Because I think,
because when did it start? Like 03?
yeah, it was early.
Yeah.
It's so wild too because I'm a huge Kristen Chenoweth fan.
you know.
And to be a fan of her and not have Wicked as a touch point
Yeah.
kind of
Criminal.
like doesn't make sense.
Kind of wild.
Kelsey, I know you're a Wicked hoe.
Yo, I'm here to rep all of us wicked babies, all of our Galendies. I've got the lore. I've
All of
got
your
the
alpha
Easter
babies.
eggs, my alpha babies. This was my favorite movie of the year. I've seen it twice. About to see the Broadway tomorrow night because it's showing in LA right now at the Pantages.
Oh, it's the
The
play.
musical.
show? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I just saw on my phone a notification that Maggie got us tickets to see it again in 2 nights.
Oh,
Damn
that's
it. Wait,
great.
you should come to the musical
play.
musical.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
I need to know what
Like, you're
happens now.
invited.
Guys, I was
Why did you? What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
I'm channeling my inner Glinda, so I'm allowed to be a little cunty.
Okay.
It's my character growth. You'll see by the middle I'm actually an ally, and then by the end we're best friends.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
don't tell me. Are we saying Glinda's an ally? Because that is white feminism as a character.
Oh, she is the definition of a white woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
For
Okay, just
All
Yeah,
of
she's
society.
truly not. I don't want to say like the worst.
No,
but
the
she's
worst.
like bad.
the call's coming from inside the house.
Yeah,
we
she's
can say
bad.
it.
Cool.
She's a bad person.
it was a great portrayal of that, and I very
Yeah, it was a really
Yeah.
good portrayal of it.
Garrick, I'm delighted and surprised to
Oh.
know that you're a little wicked head.
Did you
Yeah.
go alone?
So no, I went on a date, but I saw that and I was like, oh fuck, this is the theater rips. dog. I still don't love musicals, but I think it is partially because of how much respect I have for seeing it in person.
Oh, like
And so-
the musical theater singer is a fucking athlete who
That is
carries
an
their instrument with
athlete.
them all day.
That is an athletic performance. I
It's
was
insane.
shocked. I was in awe. I was like, I didn't know that your voice could reach that length.
It was
or in the
defying
back
gravity,
of the.
you
It
would
was
say?
defying gravity. That shit was crazy. The scene where she like actually does float on the stage. I was like, oh fuck! I've seen this on infomercials so many times, and it's so crazy to see her do this. Wow. But yeah, no, it was crazy. That was a good experience. I love that movie, that play.
Well, we are holding space for Wicked.
Can I hold your finger?
Yes, please. Let's dive right in, guys. Wicked Part 1 is John M. Chu's adaptation of the famous Broadway musical. You have Ariana Grande as Glinda, the Good Witch.
Grande.
Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West. And the movie begins with the Wicked Witch dying. Oh, you let go of my finger.
Sorry,
I liked it.
I felt that it was heavy, but you're good. All right, let's do this.
The movie begins with the Wicked Witch dying and the reveal that Glinda, the Good Witch, why, yes, I knew her. Well, our paths did cross in school.
In school.
And now we get to see the origin story of where these two came from, what it was like, and how Elphaba discovered her power. This is Wicked.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
No, it's pretty bad.
I'm actually pretty upset that you didn't say she wore a crown and came down in a bubble dog.
Dude, I fucking loved that. I mean, we'll talk obviously about how great the performances are in this movie. It's one of the coups of it.
It is the highlight.
But like the little bit in the beginning, Ariana comes down, pops her bubble, and then she's like, well, bye then. And then puts the bubble up. Someone asks her a question. She goes, oh, I can't hear you. Pops the bubble.
You knew.
God, great comedy performance.
Like, where do we even begin to start? Like,
I don't know. I don't know how we're going to talk about it.
Can we jump into art? Like
do we go
jump into
character
Ariana?
to character?
I feel like that's the
a
best
good way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, because Ariana fucking feasted, left 0 crumbs. For the mice, the roaches, nothing was left. She made this fucking... First of all, she shut up all the haters. Everyone was like, oh, what? When she got cast. Like, no one was like, how does this make any sense? Not understanding the lore behind Ariana being obsessed, nay, manifesting this part for herself. She is the biggest Wicked fan of all time. She tells the stories on all the press tours. Her becoming this was stepping into her dream role, and you're like, how could that be true? She's got everything you could ever want. She didn't have Wicked.
Yeah, Wicked though.
And she fucking said, I get one chance, one opportunity. If everything you ever worked for, couldn't let it slip.
She was ready to end her tour early to go audition for this.
I forgave her for the relationship with What's His Nuts because of the way she fucking did this.
Wow.
Role.
You fuck SpongeBob all you want, girl.
Girl, if it produces results like this,
yeah.
She made so many musical theater fans proud because nobody remembered that she started on a little comedy TV show on Disney Channel.
Yeah.
That girl has comedy chops.
Yeah.
Not only that, you marry it with her wide-eyed old Hollywood look. She becomes like an instant lovable classic character.
Yeah.
She then vocally brings us tradition. She brings us stage. She brings us her own funky little riffs. Anything she added, she gave enough of the base layer of the character that we felt seen, but then she gave it her own little flair. And for that, I see no flaw, no fault, not a single negative thing to say about her performance. And if you have anything to say, I shan't be listening.
Okay. Yeah.
That was a hell of a monologue.
Yeah, I disagree. No, I'm kidding. No, I thought that her getting this role was actually felt like breaking a new talent. In that when we look at like say like Abbott Elementary and we see Tyler James Williams, we're seeing him as an adult, even though we watched him grow up or we watched him become an adult. We're seeing him as an adult, and we're not seeing him as baby Chris Rock. We're seeing him as this, this
handsome isn't the
star.
Kid from Everyone Hates Chris.
It's not
this is like, oh, this is a new.
This is a man.
Yeah.
It's a man. So it's just like, oh no, we are re-breaking this person. And although we've seen Ariana Grande so much, watching her in this, I was like, fuck, I didn't know this side of you at all. I didn't know that you were funny. Like she has like expert level comedic timing.
Yes. You can't teach that.
That's fucking hard.
Yeah.
That's really fucking hard to do as somebody who has like tried to do it and failed. It was so impressive to watch her blankly like read all of these lines and play into the quote unquote dumb blonde trope without like seeming too stereotypical and too like I don't know, too unbelievable.
Yeah.
She took it very seriously, which then also made the comedy understated and
Yeah.
at times funnier
But, yeah, way
because
funnier.
she's not playing
She's
the
not playing
joke
for the joke at all.
ever.
Yeah.
But there's a total commitment to it. Obviously popular.
Oh,
One of the
my
best
God.
songs of the movie.
That was
musical.
I would say that was the best scene of the movie.
Yeah, and it is her, like, she is so committed, specifically the moment where she's kind of dancing through her dresser and for Cynthia Erivo, and it is like, oh, this is, I got a little baby chill during it because it was just like, oh, this is a career icon-defining moment. She was channeling a little bit of Liza Minnelli in that.
Yeah.
She was goofy in a way that we have not, like, Ariana Grande is, like, you
she's
think of
like
her
cool and
sweetener,
sexy.
dangerous woman.
Right.
But what you don't realize is for all of that, she was unfortunately sometimes appropriating a mask. Like,
Sure.
I feel like this actually was her. Like, at her core, she is a little New York City theater fucking nerd baby.
Yeah.
And like everything else we've almost seen her in was like an act, right? And this play she got to have where, like you said, the prep was so arduous and strong that when she came in and they knocked that shit out, I'm like, oh my God. She did something like 60 something takes the day of Popular. That's like insane.
As someone who's newly Wicked pilled, my question was like, how much is this original Ariana? How much is this Kristen Chenoweth? And I then watched some Kristen Chenoweth to see, and they're quite different. And while feeling like it's honoring. And so then I went, okay, what would this movie have been like with Elle Woods in the beginning of Legally Blonde as Glinda, right? Which is a little closer to the stage play. And there had been rumors that Amanda Seyfried was the other person that they were looking at for this role. Dip it into fun facts at the end, which I think she would have knocked it out of the fucking park. And I love Amanda Seyfried. She is, Mamma Mia.
Yeah, but not fucking
She's not Ariana.
banger.
But
you gotta you need somebody that can hang with Cynthia.
Bro,
dog.
that
And
falsetto.
ultimately, I think that Ari is the right choice. One, because check the box office, but because you needed someone emotionally who was going to take this seriously and match Cynthia Erivo's freak. And if you look at the two in their interviews, they match each other's freak.
Oh, they match each other's freaks.
This is my favorite and least favorite simultaneously press tour I've ever seen in my life.
I can't get enough. I can't stop watching. Like when we think we've done it all, we get something else. We get another outfit. We get
I've
another
seen it,
micro moment. And
I'm in queer media, so.
someone said online that what's going to be cool is a bunch of little girls who didn't know Ariana before. Like they're going to grow up knowing her as Glinda from Wicked.
Yeah.
That's
Like that made me so excited. And same with Cynthia. Like they're going to think that that's the original Alphabet and that's so badass.
I wonder if I'm going to feel insane saying this, but yes, I wonder when all is said and done if Ariana is remembered for this more than she is for her music career.
I fucking
and
hope
I think
so.
that is possible.
With the way my timeline is looking, show is.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
God.
think so?
I think it's possible.
Damn.
Because what other door does this open after the second one? Like I can only imagine.
I also don't know if she's going to act much outside of it. Like it feels like
She
this
said
is
she
so
wants to.
singular, and I'm
Yeah.
hey,
Maybe show back to theater. Like a lot of times that happens with actors when they feel like they're missing that bug, that live performance, the theater, the stage, like you said, the magic of that.
Yeah.
I can see her going back to Broadway.
Cynthia Erivo is
Are we done with Ariana?
I can't imagine we'll ever be done with Ariana.
Okay. I just wanted to know if we were officially pivoting.
No, she's
It was a transition.
Okay.
It was a
Can I just
seamless
say her
transition.
high notes are crazy?
Yes, you may.
The
Yeah,
high
that was kinda
notes, she
wild.
added another like octave at some point. Her riffs in Popular at the end where she key changes multiple times was iconic. Amazing for the brand. Outfits.
during that song. Or
Just in general. Outfits. Slayed. Okay. I lied. I have one guilt.
Okay.
And it's going to be so niche. It's going to be so niche. I don't even know if Rainie is going to understand this one. They used a motherfucking strip lash on her eye the entire movie.
A strip lash?
What is that?
When you get that close on someone's face, you're supposed to do individual lashes or tiny clusters. They were using a fucking strip lash,
They did
which is
our
a
girl
whole,
dirty.
They kind of did our girl
I was
little-
actually, you know what? I was aware
If
of her.
you
Yeah, of her
noticed it,
eyelashes?
something wrong.
I didn't
Yeah.
know if it was
That her eyelashes were
wrong, but I was aware of it.
Yeah, because she's so used to having that eyeliner, that cat eye. I think she might have a little body dysmorphia about it and was like, I need something that's pulling my eye up. And I just know every girl that's ever worn a false lash, every person that's ever worn a false lash was just going like, oh, I see the lash strip. That's my one gal. I have none others. Moving on.
There's a moment at the end of Popular where I don't know if it's supposed to be the sun setting or what, but the whole screen turns pink, like too pink,
Like
and
cozy pink.
no, I
it was
leaned forward in my
jarring.
chair to be like, oh no, I need to tell the projectionist they like accidentally unplugged the green filter.
Yeah,
like I
hilarious.
thought, and then I went, oh right, no, she's Glinda, she's the pink one. Okay, this is intentional. Holy shit, what a terrible choice.
Yeah.
It is.
No,
it is. It is. Look at the top of this filter. It was
it's
too
a
much.
moment. It's meant to be
Ay.
her full fucking pink pussing out.
Well, she certainly pink pussed out. When you talk about needing to match the freak, Cynthia Erivo
Don't
is
make me laugh. Right. Okay, I just had to do that for the fans. They were popular. Right. You guys know what I'm talking about,
Okay,
right?
wait. Also, my favorite Ariana
Okay,
moment.
okay.
Okay, we're
Yeah.
not done with her.
Yeah.
Is when she is beginning to sing Popular and she goes, I know just what you need.
Yep,
And she
glasses.
takes off the glasses and then and puts them back on.
No.
Such a
And, like,
good nod.
That is like a common joke area, I
Yeah.
guess. And the way that she landed it was very like
She fucking
new and
also
refreshing. It was
whispers
nice.
a lot her
Yeah.
jokes, which I felt like
Yeah.
is a hard thing to do with comedy.
Yeah.
Like all of her, so many of her lines were delivered as
Like, oh no. Okay, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
God, to have such a big voice come out of such a little person.
Right. And like her changing her name from Galinda to Glinda,
Glinda.
in a place in a show of solidarity, and then for her to just be like, oh, my name is Glinda. I don't even know why did I change? Oh God, why did I do that? That was very funny.
I didn't really believe her and Jonathan Bailey, but that's kind of supposed to be that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we jumping to Jonathan Bailey?
You texted something and I'm going to call you the fuck out.
Call me the fuck out. I don't give a fuck. I stand on business.
Jonathan Bailey
Uh-huh.
is a revelation
Yeah, he's
in
fine.
this film.
He's fine. Yeah, he's good.
No, he was not
I
fine.
said he's good. He's
He
fine.
is, I'm going to say, I think that is the single best portrayal of a dumb prince I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm talking about James Marsden in Enchanted. This is better.
Whoa.
He is so fucking funny in this movie. My favorite part, and Garrick, you texted about it too, is when he and Ariana first meet and he goes, oh, our first fight.
Yeah.
That
so
was
good.
the funniest line.
Yes, he is hilarious.
Yeah. He was very funny. I think he was like very, very much like the Prince Charming type. That was cool. I wanted Chris Pine, but I mean, he's a little too old for this.
I think what's lovable is he's for the gays and nays and the
Zacks,
girlies.
apparently.
Linda Zacks.
Like he's definitely beloved by all. But I also said this in the group chat. I just kept imagining like who else
No.
they could have had in that spot.
For him?
He was
Yeah.
the best. I won't accept the slander. I think he's
It's
so.
not slander. It's just I think he was great and that was fine. I wasn't like changed because I wasn't changed for good.
I mean,
oh,
it's-
you don't know that song yet.
Yeah, I do think that Dan Stevens could have also knocked
Who
this
dat?
out of the
Oh,
park.
Dan Stevens.
Yeah, Dan Stevens would have killed this.
Who dat?
But I don't know. It's just there was something about his delivery. Yeah, no, I already said it. I stand by it. Best
Yeah.
dumb prince I've ever seen. You guys are crazy. I loved him. He was phenomenal.
Yeah, he was great. He was very funny. I agree. Where I'm like, no, like every time he came on screen, I was like, I kind of leaned in. I was like, oh shit, is it our boy? Is he doing what?
Dancing Through
didn't
Life
you
was
like?
the one song I leaned back for. I was like, this is going on like a minute too long.
Wow.
I was kind of like, all right, we get
Well,
it.
yeah, you're here
You're
for the
crazy.
female friendship. You're not here for
Yeah, you're right.
the
I
guy.
did not want a love story at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
The girls
it's
was
the
love
Bechdel
story.
test. Like of
Fair.
course, you're just gonna be like, nah, I don't give a
Rejecting
fuck
it.
about this dude.
Yeah, and because I know he's gay, so I'm like, no.
Wow,
Don't
Kelsey's,
stop giving away straight roles to gay.
Kelsey's homophobic.
It was.
You know the worst comes from within the community. Itself.
Yeah.
I did also love I love Bowen Yang.
Oh,
Every scene he was in.
see,
and
I would have liked him in the lead.
oh really? I love Bowen Yang, and I love that scene between the two of them when he was just like, I'll do anything. He's like, would you please move? And he's like, that's anything. Okay. And he just like,
I love that Ariana was like, oh, I just need the gayest best friend
Yes.
for this to work. And it was perfect.
Because I can't remember if she's actually best friends with Matt Rogers, Bowen Yang's co-host, podcast co-host. I can't remember.
I think they met on SNL.
Yeah.
And I think they know each other from that.
Cynthia Erivo seems by all measures to be an insane person. And I think
Let's talk about it.
and I think that that's what's needed sometimes.
Hey man, I've preached the power of being undeniable so often, where I'm like, hey, this is what it is. This is what it looks like. This is somebody who will annoy the fuck out of you. Like truly, I'm just like, I don't, it doesn't matter. Who gives a shit like what she does in interviews, or she's like holding a finger or something like that, or if she's mad about like covering her eyes or whatever because somebody wanted to make it look like the playbill.
Yeah.
What she fucking did in this movie
It's spectacular.
is bar none one of the best musical performances in any film
period
ever.
Done.
Yeah.
It is. I get annoyed whenever like award season comes around and they go, but she sang so well, you gotta give her the award. And that's not what it is for me in this role.
Yeah.
It is the way that she emoted through singing and
Can
through
we
song.
talk about that woman deserves an Oscar for her eyebrow
Her eye
and
acting in
mouth
general.
acting alone.
Yeah.
That bitch could fucking say anything with that little mouth quiver and one little eyebrow raise.
Yeah.
She held those close-ups. I've never seen close-ups more intentional than I have seen with her, which is rare because you have to remember she's a theater background. So to have that subtlety in your face when you've been making them big for the back row your entire life, that's talent.
Yeah.
So I cried at one point in this movie.
Oh.
And
Can we guess?
go ahead.
Was it Lightning? No. Okay.
Was it? It wasn't then?
No.
Oh, was it
Defying
Defying
Gravity?
Gravity?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not cry from the plot of the movie. I cried from what we began this podcast with. The
Yeah. I like.
See, if I'd started an octave lower, I would have fucking
But that's
killed
not
that.
the challenge.
Well, fuck your challenge.
It was. I started like tearing or whatever, or welling, I should say, when she was singing the look to the east,
The western.
the western sky, wicked the west. What am I fucking talking? Look to the western sky, that part or whatever. And I like when she started like belting at that point, I was like, oh, this shit is just fucking powerful. And then also, I said this to Sequoia like as soon as I got out of the theater. The way that I am a fucking sucker for anybody flying fast. Like it doesn't matter. If I see somebody do a sonic boom out of like a triumphant a triumphant ballad, or like to the like trumpets or whatever, I'm
a puddle.
I'm a puddle. It hits on a level that I don't love, but like it's the incredible scene where Dash looks down and realizes he's running on water. It's the first flight for Superman, first Superman, where he's like flying above the earth and he sees and he does like a sonic boom every time.
Can I tell you my version of that in a very similar spot?
Yeah. I
cannot keep it together when someone gives me a cry belt. So for me, it was nobody in all of us. No, bitch, I just gave myself chills.
Yeah, we can see
Do
it.
you see that? I cannot keep my emotion in when somebody gives me a grunt, a yell, a wail, I'll say.
Yeah.
When she gave me that, oh, bitch, tears.
It was weird in that moment because I was tearing up a little bit for the story, but for the actress on screen who just landed the vocal acting equivalent of a triple axel.
Yeah.
It felt like this is a weird story, but one night we sat at home, we put on Celine Dion on TV, and it was her standing still, pulling off these like vocal tricks.
Yeah.
And then the crowd would applaud each time. And it literally, like, we were all reacting like we were watching the Olympics.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, this is a gymnastics routine.
It's
and
insane.
there is a level of singer where what you are doing, you're not singing me a song. This isn't pop anymore. You're pulling off a feat.
Yeah.
And for her to do that in that moment, on that rig, at the climax of this story, stepping into the history of this character and
Into
all
the
of
history
those
books
things,
of film.
in that moment, you just go, oh, this is iconic. Oh, you did it. Oh,
Yeah,
you pulled
you did it. You
off.
pulled it off.
This is the end of the movie. The emotional climax. Everything has been building. You did the fucking thing, and you hit the goddamn note.
Everyone.
And I fucking cried because it was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This could have gone so wrong
This was-
a million places, a million times,
Yeah.
and you did the fucking thing. And
This
so
was-
every critique I have about the movie at that point, they didn't matter because I just was emotionally on board in a way that I did not expect to be. And guys, like I said it, I'm wicked pilled.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
That's all it took.
We accept you as one of the gays for this episode.
Only this moment.
Only
Yeah.
this moment, but it's your moment, much like Cynthia had hers. And to talk about what you're talking about, where like she was a Broadway star, like everyone in the Broadway community knew her. This fucking put her in every single person's mouth and home across the world.
Because honestly, when I saw Ariana Grande got cast, I was like, oh, she's gonna fucking blow this shit out of the water.
I feel bad for whoever's
playing opposite. And then they announced Cynthia. I was like, okay, I'm not as familiar with her career. I watched the movie. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that somebody could sing better than the person that came from fucking YouTube. She's I always compare YouTube like skill athletes or skill personalities as like some of the better of that skill, where I'm looking at people who play guitar on there. I'm like, okay, this person is clearly one of the best guitarists of all time, but you know, they're on YouTube, so they don't take them as seriously. But like, and then we go to like Ariana Grande, where she started off singing on YouTube, and then people discovered her from that. I'm guessing, I'm not sure like what the trajectory of her career is, but I know that she started on
Disney
YouTube.
Kid.
She was on Disney, I know that, but like I know that she started singing, like, and she was just put her
YouTube videos, I don't know.
like of her singing online, and she was incredible. And I thought it was just going to be one of those like situations where it's like, okay, so this is just somebody who's really good on YouTube that's probably just going to stay on YouTube. And to watch somebody body that level of talent,
bro,
is mind-boggling to me. Because every time that Cynthia opened her mouth to sing, like even like the small notes, the bigger ones, the like more powerful like belts, I was like beside myself. I didn't know that people could sound that good.
And like the character of Alphaba was forever known to be Idina Menzel's.
Yeah,
like everything, every
This motherfucking
little
Elsa.
quirk.
You're going toe to toe with the voice.
Yeah.
That's a voice.
And you know what? I think because she also got Elsa and is like riding that fucking residual money, this was such an easier baton like handoff.
Yeah, she doesn't give a shit.
She doesn't give a fuck.
She's like,
She's
you do
so
you.
there to
She's saying
support.
fucking,
Let it go.
Let it go.
Like she's fine. She's
fine.
got
Okay,
pipes, but
Let It Go has her name on it as performed by. She has a check for the rest of her life.
Yeah, she's fine. But like everyone who was originally big fans of Wicked we've heard the soundtrack so many times. Like we hear Idina when we think about the songs, we hear her riffs. Like that's just what's ingrained in my mind until now.
Yeah.
And there have been many in Alphaba that have been amazing and played her. But like Cynthia there was so much more of a personal tie. Obviously, she's talked about a million times in the press tour about how she felt about herself and being green and coming back to herself. And like, that's beautiful. And I think because, again, the same way that it meant so much to her, the way it meant that Ariana took it seriously. And I've seen some people try to critique that it was like fine or that she wasn't that good. And I'm like, bro, you didn't see the same fucking movie I did.
Okay, so now I want to ask you, obviously you just saw the movie, you're going back to the soundtrack, you're living in Wicked Land. Are you listening to the
I'm listening to the
Broadway
new one.
or the movie?
I'm listening to the new one, baby.
Okay. Oh,
because
wow.
there's so much new stuff. Like they changed lyrics, the harmonies, like the like I said, the runs. This is what, like, to have two, what a gift. Like I get to pick. Like I don't know where else that exists.
I've been kind of going back forth, and sometimes I'll hear a part like in one song and then immediately go to the Broadway version and scrub to that point just to hear
How it
the
goes.
difference. And I'm like, oh, I'm fully in Dorkland and having a great time. I want to ask you, I know you went opening weekend.
Yeah.
How feral was the audience when Idina and Kristen Chenoweth had their extended cameo? Because I thought, oh, great, they're on screen for 1 second. How cute.
think
These
that you
bitches
can.
gonna sing.
I was like, there's no
screen
way
time.
that they were going to just like pop
Show
in and
up.
pop out. Like that's unfair, especially for two people who have been on camera before.
Yeah.
Like we're not unfulfamiliar with them.
I know it's impossible, but first of all, they have this whole number. They sing the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
incredible. You get the
jokes.
best moment of the movie where Ariana opens her mouth and Kristen just smacks her mouth to shut her up. It says, "This is my song." So good.
Yeah.
I know it's impossible, but it did make me go like, how cool would it be though to see the whole movie with them?
Right.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, what, can we like get both
What
versions?
could it have been? No, I'll tell you, I went by myself on a work day because no one would go see it with me. And I went a little early at like a 5 p.m. thinking, I don't know, that it would be less crowded or something.
Yeah, no
I was
chance.
wrong. I got one seat like in between 2 undesirable spots. And
Undesirables.
yeah, I was by myself. And the 2 people on both sides of me, one was a tiny little boy, didn't give a shit about the movie. And the one on the left, I don't think knew what she was in for. She was a very quiet girl. And when this happened, I grabbed both of their hands. Was looking for any little bit of recognition in their eyes to connect. And there was nothing.
Yeah, of course
So
not.
good.
I was so fucking excited. And I know you're not the biggest Chew fan. I think that was so cool of him and so cool of them to do that, to make all those comedic moments in that short little thing. The whole Oz.
There was a lot of comedic
pieces,
moments.
yeah.
Yeah, like during that entire song, there was like a lot of like nods back to the play as it stands, where it's just like Adina's wand working and then
Glinda taking it.
taking it and just like, oh, mine doesn't work, and he's like, I got you, and all
Yeah.
that stuff, like kind of just playing off of the original relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that entire performance was great. It was a lot of jokes.
Before I forget, I just want to say, like, talking about how Adina and Kristen, like, they fit. I was like, there's no way anyone could recreate that female friendship, that connection. And these bitches blew it out of the water. Not only just in their acting and their friendship on screen.
They are on a wavelength together that I don't think any of us will ever understand. And frankly, I don't want to.
It is so
Yeah.
hard to melt voices together, 2 strong voices together like that. Like, just technically. And the way that, and I watched a couple of interviews where Cynthia would talk about how it's like the only reason why it worked as well as it did was because they were working together to make a new thing. Like a lot of times
That's cool.
when you're that big of a celebrity up against that big of a celebrity, there's always going to be one person ending their vibrato a little later than you. They're always trying to get the solo moment. Like there was zero fucking ego in their singing.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
And that
That's nice.
made it like what a
I wish
gift
I
we
could
got.
sing.
Yeah.
I would leave this
Yeah.
all behind.
Yeah.
For sure.
I wouldn't even. I don't.
Just-
If I don't even need to be successful. I could work anywhere. But if I could
Just the
sing,
ability. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So speaking of not being ready for a moment, you said with the Adina Kristen Chenoweth. I'm curious if anyone in your theater had this. So end of the movie, whoa, she blasts off. It hits with "to be continued," and someone in my audience just went, "No, what?"
It said part 1 at the beginning. Were you not paying attention?
But it
People
wasn't
are-
really advertised as
Yeah, it was not,
But
no.
So-
people are saying they're giving, like they're making it okay again because people were so fucking pissed about part 1, part 2s for so long, and this is like
Spider-Verse.
resetting the
Yeah.
audience's ability to say like that deserved the whole movie.
Well, and it did because it was a
It's set up.
satisfying arc.
Yeah, it's set up for that as well in the
Right.
play, where
It's
it's just
written
like
as
that's
such.
the intermission.
Intermish.
Yeah, and I like there have been part 1s, part 2s. I'm gonna say it. I'll get flagged for it. I don't care. Like Spider-Verse part 1 is not a full movie.
No.
It's
It
not a full
doesn't-
movie.
You don't finish it. Like
So
the
this-
fact that you saw to be continued at like the groans I heard both times I saw it. I was like, yeah, no, that's
Deserved.
warranted.
And maybe when
Everybody's-
it's all said and done, then I'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, cool, this is one long, complete
Yeah.
thing. But that is the key, I think. If you're going to have a cliffhanger, you still need to tell a complete arc, and this one does that.
Yeah.
I'm going to move us into some guilt/questions. And I'm going to say this all with the caveat of... And I'm going to do this with the caveat that the movie totally worked for me. I walked out, the first thing I said was, I think that was excellent.
You should win Best Picture.
I don't think it should win Best Picture.
Should win Best
Picture?
Actress.
Don't think so.
No, I firmly don't believe. I mean, I haven't seen all the movies, but no. I think that this is I think it will win a lot of technical awards.
Yeah.
This is
a
your
lot
boss,
of technical
bro.
awards.
This is your boss.
It is
You think this is gonna win Best Picture?
I think it's a strong
What else
contender.
would win?
so the reason why people are talking about it as Best Picture is because it one is doing very well.
Yeah.
And it feels good.
It feels
Yeah.
like why you should see movies.
And which
is the point of the Oscars.
You
You
have
say
these
Weinstein movies?
why
why
you
you
should
should
see
see
movies.
You said that really quick.
Weinstein movies.
It feels like Weinstein movie. Like,
Look,
what the fuck?
Look, maybe you have some mixed feelings about him, but the guy could make a film.
He can
why
make a
you
film.
see
We got
movies.
Tarantino out of him.
It is look, this is an absolute masterclass in sound mixing, in set design, costuming. I think that the cinematography's fine, the direction is good.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
What do you think
What are
is
you
going to
talking
win?
about? Cinematography is fine.
Yeah. There's been a lot made about the look. I didn't start this to
What is
rag on it.
He's gonna pick
There's-
Dune 2.
There's
or
been
some
a
shit.
there's been a lot of
Wait.
people talking about the lighting, which I think is bad. It's often backlit and washed off.
yeah.
It doesn't look good.
I don't know
think
what
John
the
Chu,
fuck they were
who
doing.
you guys don't know, my beginning of my career was on Step Up 3D, so I'm a John
Nice.
Chu baby. I'm a disciple
Yeah.
of the Chu tree.
Yeah.
He is most comfortable in a very big dance scene, and it is super exciting to see 100 extras going at once. But I just want you to compare, frankly, any scene in this to the dance hall scene in Spielberg's West Side Story. That is how a musical is
I
directed.
don't know. I've seen it.
Watch where they put the fucking camera, man. I'm just telling you. Yeah, he gets a lot of credit for the way that he mounted this project. The performances go up to him. All the department heads go up to him. He pulled off an emotionally very satisfying movie. So I think he deserves lots of kudos for it.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to win?
Well, I haven't seen all the movies.
Well,
no, it's
what-
fucking not
Amelia
Dune 2.
Perez
Don't
is
put
great.
words in my mouth.
You,
It-
what,
Dune 2 was last
correct me then.
year, wasn't it?
I think Anora's a better movie, and I've heard great things about Conclave, but I haven't seen it yet.
What's
But it
Con-
wouldn't surprise me if this wins Best Picture, because it's like Hollywood likes to reward movies that make them feel good about themselves. And this is a movie that tells Hollywood, like, we can make big movies and we can, but okay, also, if you compare, this is a fucking Marvel movie, guys. It has so much CG.
No,
Yeah, no, I
such
agree.
little CGI.
No,
Every frame, even if the lighting is off, is fucking beautiful.
No, it's not.
What I tell myself, the reason for the lighting and the look, because it's mostly when they're at shiz. It's daytime.
Yeah.
Which,
it's
by the way,
magical.
who named it shits? Come on, that's funny.
It's from the 90s or the book or whatever.
Okay.
So it was before, it was pre-shizzle. I like to think, because it's really the worst there. Like once they go into Oz, it's not like that. Once they're outside, it's not like that. But I think that they were trying to keep something mystical and like airy and light and youthful about it. I didn't like it either. I don't think the color was correct.
I'll say
No
this.
pun intended, but I think every frame was
Hilarious.
beautiful.
I'll say this. I think that Matilda looked better than this movie. The Matilda
Color-wise?
musical looked better than this. What?
yeah,
Color-wise?
look,
Color-wise, for sure.
Okay, I just
Because
Go ahead,
when you're
Kirk.
watching that, you're like, oh no, all of this looks very practical. Even fucking Paddington 2, where you're like watching. I would put
Dude, if Paul King directed this movie,
Yeah, oh my
holy
God.
shit.
fucking storybook. So like Paddington 2 looked like a storybook, even though there's a literal CGI bear there, because like, again, most of that stuff is practical. Most of that stuff is lit to be practical and whatnot. You're not having the background of like an Emerald City there at any point in time. And so you can literally live in a prison that has pink inmates rather than a darkened emerald green kind of sort of Yellow Brick Road kind of sort of place. And that I feel like is what brings it into the Marvel territory, where you're like, okay, so no, this is definitely something that was heavily engineered, at least. She's so mad.
Yeah, I'm just looking up other things. I'm zoned out
So
what
mad.
critiques you have.
I want to talk about, can we talk about the monkey scene? Because all of a sudden,
This
this movie is
Yeah.
like, oh, this is Doctor Strange by way of Sam Raimi. We're going
Dark.
fucked up.
Dark.
It was shocking.
Yeah. Because I was like, there's little children here, and
Yeah.
now they're scared. But those monkeys were fucking terrifying when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was terrified of those monkeys, so I'm fucking
Yeah.
glad the kids get scared straight.
And
should
that's
be.
a scene that felt like a Marvel film, and that's fine.
Marvel, no, because the thing is, Marvel doesn't have a core message of that's this complex.
No, it's the aesthetics of.
Fuck off.
This is just making me
Yeah.
kind of sad.
Yes, they do. Get the fuck out of here, Rainie.
Also,
Like,
the
I feel like
aesthetics are like machine
no,
and rock.
like we're not gonna like discredit fucking Civil War or Winter Soldier and all of those movies. No, because it's like oh, there's a
But
message
are the
and blah, blah,
characters
blah.
besties?
Huh?
Are there characters
Yeah,
that
the
are
characters
besties?
are besties.
Like which one?
And then he found out that his buddy killed his parents.
Who?
In
Tony
Civil
and-
War.
Yeah.
Who?
Tony and Steve.
Tony and Steve Rogers are besties.
So-
No,
and
that's
they're
y'all's
on
Wicked.
What's up?
That's
No, this
y'all's
is my Wicked. I love this
This
movie.
is my Wicked. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
but I'm
that's-
saying that we're not gonna like look and discredit the story of Marvel movies because they're Marvel movies. Like we can have both things can be true. They can all have good
And we have
stories.
to pick, and I pick Wicked.
Okay, but we're talking about like the general overall feel of them feels. Not, I don't want to say contrived because I do think that this is the best adaptation of a stage play on screen. But like, I do feel also at the same time, this is a big budget movie. This feels like a big budget movie and it looks like a big budget movie in the same way that Marvel movies do.
It's using the same filmmaking tools
Yeah.
in a way that I went, oh, I wish that it didn't have. I mean,
Right.
I don't know how you don't
I
do
was-
CGI monkeys, but
Yeah, I was saying this to Keith outside. I was like, when they wiped the screen with the original Wizard of Oz lettering to
loved
bring
it.
in Wicked, I was like, oh fuck, you guys put it in film, you cowards. Like, do the whole thing. Don't step back now. Like you already paid homage to the Wizard of Oz and not Wicked. So pay homage to the Wizard of Oz when you're making a movie about the Wizard of Oz. All this came from the Wizard of Oz. You have the same material, so go for it.
my critiques with the cinematography too are just that often it was either medium. A lot of the scenes were medium shot, wide shot, medium shot, wide shot, and I wish that the camera was a little more inventive and knew where to be.
Those close-ups. You're green. I am.
I'm
was
talking
really
in the
good.
musical numbers.
Mm.
I
Book spin.
that's that's choreography, and I thought they did a great job with that.
So you
John
like the
Chu-
choreography, not the camera work.
John Chu, I think, is one of the
That's fair.
best choreography directors working right now.
That's
If you
great.
look back from his work in Step Up 3D, like that dude knows how to make people's bodies move in a way that feels very old Hollywood. And he's actually capable of, like, he's done scenes that feel reminiscent of Gene Kelly in the Step Up universe. And I actually would have loved to see some of that in this movie too.
I have nothing to add because I don't agree. I'll just be a hindrance to the conversation.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
So the question I wanted to ask before
This would have ripped if it was in the same aesthetic as Sound of Music, dog. I'm just saying.
What?
You know,
That's
When's the last time you
again.
watched
I don't mean
Sound
to
of
harp on it,
Music?
but like if you're likening back to this classic from 1939, I think that there's some stuff that you can do to visually tie them together more.
I couldn't agree less, and I think that it paid so much homage to Broadway with the practical sets, with it feeling larger than life, with these huge pieces, and these people looked so tiny, like they were on a stage. And I think the camera did a really good job of understanding the face really well. Like I saw pores and ears that I shouldn't have seen. Cynthia Erivo's ears were glue on every single day because she had too many ear piercings. So they fucking added ears to her.
That sucks.
Yeah,
For
it was
her.
crazy.
That does suck.
What do you think sucks more, putting on fake ears or having to have all your tattoos covered every morning?
Ears. Because
Ears.
your ears are your ears, bro.
And they
You need
do-
those holes.
Yeah, they do tattoos super quick now.
Airbrush,
They
yeah.
just fucking, it's a gun.
And
now.
they've done it so quick. They literally go,
Yeah.
and it's done.
They'll like, for your arm, they'll take a spray can and
Yeah.
just like, whatever you're.
You can buy that on TikTok now. Okay, really quickly, can we talk about the side characters of Jeff Goldblum and our girl Michelle Yeoh?
Okay, I was the only one in my theater that laughed, but they early in the movie show like a carved stone bust of Jeff Goldblum because it's Oz.
Yeah.
Funny.
But I'm like, that's motherfucking Jeff Goldblum.
That's fucking Jeff Goldblum. This is the second time that
Cackle.
Jeff Goldblum has a bust of himself. And oddly enough, the other time was in a fucking Marvel movie.
Oh, go
Rainie.
figure.
Okay, I will say I don't want anybody to come at me. I don't think I understood Marvel. I did watch it, but I
Fair.
did not get it.
That is that was
That
the
might
most
be-
beautiful way of like fucking putting a blanket on a fire.
Hey,
just, you know what?
don't-
I take it back.
nobody
I
got
don't
it.
think
I didn't
I
get it.
understood
Rainey, I
it.
think
I
you're
didn't get
safe.
it.
I'm the
Don't put that
person
on
that
me.
said a bad thing about this movie. I'm the one in the
No,
crosshairs.
we're all gonna fucking
I'll
die.
just say this. Goldblum being so Goldbloomy was a little distracting for me.
Yeah, I thought also Michelle Yeoh, her song,
Queen of
I
Walking
loved.
Away. She can't sing.
I didn't care.
She
It's
didn't
because
sing.
her
She can't
face is so emotive that I actually found her song very touching, and she's able to say so much with her
Yeah.
face in a way that like really impressed me.
That's an Oscar
the
award
rest
winner
of her
right there.
What?
That's an Oscar award winner right there.
Damn right.
It's fucking-
The rest of her performance, and I don't think this is her fault, but was so on the nose of I'm the good person who actually I'm evil. And it's like, yeah, we fucking know. I don't know. I think it was more of a writing thing of like it felt very paint by numbers, the way that her character progressed, and I was like, we
I
could do
feel
better
like
than this.
she was there the least. I feel like Goldblum at least came to set and probably was hanging out and watching people because he loves the movies. I felt like she was like, so I'm so fucking busy. Get me in, get me out. I'm the least connected to the characters. I'm also the villain, so it doesn't really matter.
There's a clip of her coming back to set of Wicked after winning the Oscar. So they were filming this like simultaneously with her
Wow.
whole Oscar campaign, and the video of John Chu like jumping up and down and hugging her while the whole crew. It's like that's what it's all about.
I'm gonna say
It's
this:
so cool.
Homegirl can't sing for shit, but that wig makes up for everything.
It's a beautiful wig.
hair.
And that wig
hair.
is
Wiggy wig.
Really nice. I wish they put that on Goldblum. Sick.
Just an insane, just
Yeah.
I would have given it to Christopher Walken and let him do his little tap dancey thing. Peter motherfucking Dinklage,
goat man.
Goatman. He is
Yeah.
just a voice.
Yeah.
And his voice emotes
Iconic.
so much.
So fucking
It
much.
is one of the most impressive voice acting
Yeah.
roles I've ever seen. Period. Ever.
I was while I was watching it and he started talking, and I was like, man, I really feel for this goat. Is this fucking Peter Dinklage? Am I getting dinked right now?
You got
Yeah,
donked,
I got
baby.
fucking donked, dog. Like he was, yeah, that was crazy.
Shout out to the girl who plays Nessa as the sister and
Is
the
she
actress-
disabled in the stage play
yes,
as well?
she is she's a wheelchair user. So yeah, so in the Broadway musical, there's never been an actual wheelchair user that plays Nessa. So this was the first
Surprising.
time that a wheelchair user actually played a wheelchair user, and as well as the baby version of her. So shout out to like the representation. That was really cool of them to do, and
It
felt
was very-
obvious. And they had like a really good disability advocate on set, I've heard.
I don't know why Ethan Slater's character Bach is in this movie, and I think that's one of the things that happen when you have a part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, he's
because
probably-
in part
he's
1,
Didn't give a shit.
take that whole plot line out of the
Yeah.
movie, and
You're
like
fine.
disability representation is great and all, but like that you could slice
Bro.
that all out, and the movie doesn't miss anything.
He was so useless every time he came on screen. The only thing I could think about was like, why does she have sex with this man?
See, I get it now.
What?
Hell yeah.
Tell us.
Have you seen the him walking into the Jennifer Hudson show?
No.
I kind of liked that. I loved that.
It's
Oh,
kind of
yes.
you're like a little bit, and also
Yeah.
it's like
What
it's
was
a
he doing?
showmance. Of course, they're like crying on tour, and
Yeah.
He's literally the only straight person on that set, so
yeah,
she had to fall in love
fuck
with
one of them.
someone.
And
I mean,
also,
yeah.
the
But wait,
rumors
Rainey-
are not true about him cheating on Ariana with, or cheating on his wife with Ariana. His relationship was already done before he got with Ariana.
okay, that's good.
But a lot of people
So wait, but
don't
Rainie,
want
did
to
you
believe
think
it.
in this movie he was hot?
Yeah, and I don't think I'm the only one.
Girl.
You can't be the only
No.
one.
I think that he's hot in action. He's hot in movement. He's not hot like.
He was too human looking. Everyone else is like a
He was
star.
too human looking.
Yeah.
He's also though I think wasted in this movie because I think he is. I saw
great.
him as SpongeBob
Wow.
on Broadway. That man is unfathomably talented. The dude can sing like crazy.
Keep it on the stage, brother.
No, you don't understand. He in that musical would do like pull up bars and hold his body sideways.
Oh, he could do
while
a flagpole.
singing.
Or flag.
Whatever
yeah.
that is. Like he would hold his body up like fully stiff plank through
Yeah.
just his arms. He's on a jungle gym singing this. I want you to Google watch videos of him performing from that musical. The man is a freak of nature.
Yeah.
He's such a good singer. And so now you have that Jonathan Bailey scene in the library where the books are like and the ladders are going 360.
Oh, he's like dancing through it.
Yeah, but like you could I'm telling you you could have given him more. They gave him crumbs.
Wait till part 2, brother. Just wait.
Okay,
till part
I
2.
unfortunately did look up
Why you do that?
a spoiler because I just was like, why is he in this fucking movie?
Yeah.
And then I found out what happens to him.
Yeah.
And part 2 sounds wacky.
You gotta come see it on Broadway this week.
It sounds silly.
You gotta come see the musical.
I
I'm
wanna
texting your wife.
see.
Yeah,
I
go
want to
see the
see.
musical.
Does everyone listening know? Do you know? Can you just, if you don't know, skip forward like 15, 30 seconds. He becomes the Tin Man?
Mhm.
That's silly.
Yeah.
And then Jonathan Bailey's the Scarecrow?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
that's
a-
exciting.
And if you know that, and now you go back and rewatch it, you're
You'll-
gonna see
yeah.
subtle Easter eggs where they're doing things that will eventually become that.
Oh, that's exciting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, okay, and actually skip another 15 seconds.
Wait, is
so
the
when you-
lion the cub that they saved? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, skip another 15 seconds now. When you watch Wizard of Oz, are you like, I know you're hot?
I haven't watched Wizard of Oz since Wicked came out.
That's crazy.
You should.
You should.
Yeah. I think
Everyone
you would.
listening should watch Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And like remember what a feat of filmmaking that movie
Yeah.
is.
I watched it recently on, was it 4th of July?
Such an American film.
No, I think it wore.
This detail certainly can't matter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
There's
doesn't
no
matter.
way that matters to the story.
It doesn't matter. I'm so sorry. But watched it on a beach when they were like just kind
Oh.
of like just had it on a giant projector right next to the Santa Monica Pier or some pier, doesn't matter. But the transition from black and white to color
So good.
was it's stunning.
I'm surprised
and
they didn't
it's-
pull that in this movie.
Yeah, it's also why I'm so upset that they didn't do it.
They
That
did their
didn't
version
go,
of that,
like-
which was blowing out the sun so hard that it looked white.
Yeah,
and
it
then
went
coming
from
into
color to fucking pink. Yeah, but I'm like, there was so many beautiful things about Wizard of Oz and what it did for film that they totally just put by the wayside and just focus on the musical, which I mean, fair, but pay as much homage to the musical as you can because it is what you're basing your
She
stuff
did
off
the
of.
slipper clap 3 times with the red shoes, and then she had the real gold. The shoes that Nessa gets are the real ones from Wizard
I did
of
see,
Oz.
by the way, that the creative team said that they referenced the original books as opposed to trying to reference the film
Okay.
when creating the look, which I'm like, yeah.
Written by 2 gay dudes.
What was?
The book.
Oh, written by.
Yeah.
Ah,
Cool.
Love to see it.
2 gays.
2 gays building a beautiful female friendship. You know what? I give you guys a pass. You can write women.
the book Wicked.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I was like, the Wizard of Oz.
I also just learned recently, like I'm talking days ago, that this was a book before it was a musical. I had no idea.
Very nice.
Is that the gay that you were talking about? You were talking about the musical.
I'm so sad. I don't want this to be over. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much left unsaid. Like we didn't even talk about really Defying Gravity enough.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, we should do 2 parts.
That was fucking stunning. Yeah, that was crazy. The Defying Grab. That whole sequence was
Oh,
wild.
The whole Oz sequence.
The
I hope
build
you're
of it.
happy.
Yeah.
I hope you're happy now. I hope you're happy how you'd hurt your cause forever. I hope you think it's clever. Think, I hope you're happy. Think, I hope you're happy too.
Okay, y'all ready for some fun facts?
Yeah.
Fun facts with
Yeah.
Zach's back.
Yeah.
They did build a bunch of real practical sets, and they supplemented with CGI rather than filming on blue or green screens. Director John M. Chu wanted the world of Oz to feel like a real place and also had that shmoney. That included planting 9 million tulips to serve as part of the landscape of Munchieland. That's insane.
All
That's-
those tulips
and by the
being
way,
real.
That's
like the
lie.
one practical thing you didn't have to do.
Yeah, like what a waste of energy.
Million tulips.
That is crazy.
Get the
What a
shit.
crazy thing to do.
You could have just. Sorry, another Marvel movie. They did that for fucking Spider-Man Far From Home or whatever. He landed in a field of tulips. Use that field of tulips. That's in like Austria or some shit.
Really?
I was thinking about this. What set would you rather explore, this or the Grinch set?
Oh, that's
I think-
painful.
It's a tough.
Okay, because I have
Will
seen
I be
discourse
able
online
to-
where people have said, just take the set, put it up to be a theme park you can go see, and to say like instead of Harry Potter World, you could go to like Wicked Land, like you go to Shiz and
Go to
Oz.
Oz, yeah.
I oh fuck, and Grinch.
I
Because
think I'm
Grinch
going.
is one note.
I
It's
think I'm
Christmas.
going Grinch though.
I'm going Wicked.
Do I get to hang out with Jim Carrey?
No.
He's always there.
He's always there,
In
But he's
CGI
mean.
form.
but he's mean because he can't break character.
He's mean.
And it's maybe someone dressed up as him. You gotta pick Wicked. There's the Oz.
You know what? Wicked. The feel of it reminded me of Poor Things. And what did they use the same fit?
Sorry, it was something else.
Okay.
Go on.
Reminded me of Poor Things. Yeah, I'll go to the Wicked one. Unfortunately.
Yeah, me and Rick
Yeah.
and Rainie at the Wicked theme park.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess now I want to
You
come.
can go to Seussical.
I would like to go to Susie. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of these things we know. You just talked about how Glinda did the ruby slippers 3 times. We talked about how Ariana requested Bowen Yang specifically to
So
play.
funny.
What is his name? Pamfi? Fanny?
Oh, I don't know.
It's Pfane. Anyway, Yang was not allowed because he was shooting during SNL. And so Grande personally called Lorne Michaels to beg, and they worked out a schedule, which I didn't realize this because I had heard the story. He was flying in and out of the country once a week.
Shut
Fuck.
up.
That's intense.
I'd do it, but for fucking Ariana Grande,
Yeah, I
you're
would do
doing it.
But like SNL is already
Insane.
the worst
That
thing
man's
you can
got
do
some
on your body, brain, and
cocaine.
soul.
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And then Steven Schwartz wanted to modernize Galinda's big number, Popular. He pitched. He wanted to give it more of a hip hop style rhythm. Ariana Grande was dead set against that
Yeah,
and
fuck
said,
no.
quote,
Fuck no.
absolutely not. Don't do it. I want to be Glinda, not Ariana Grande playing Glinda.
Not
That's great.
Ariana Glinda.
All right. I think that was the thing that stood out the most about Ariana Grande in this role is that I didn't see Ariana Grande at all.
You forgot.
I forgot that that's who was playing.
Agreed,
I wasn't
fully.
like, oh wow, this is so crazy to watch a pop star play this role. It was just like, no, this is this character. And people say that a lot. I feel like that is a very like cliche thing to say, that this person disappeared behind the character. But for somebody as big as she is to disappear behind this character, that's
Insane.
a feat, man.
Fun fact, did you know Ethan Slater and Ariana Grande's brother look kind of exactly alike?
Oh, yeah.
That does stress me out. Yeah.
It stresses you out.
It stresses me out.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Now it's time for us to decide, is this movie a pleasure, a guilty pleasure, or just plain guilty? Here's what I want us to do. I want us to tell people why they should see this movie, even if they are not fans of musicals.
It's so much more than a musical, okay? This is the power of female friendship. Yes, does she do the ultimate white girl thing by taking her all the way up to the precipice of trauma and terror and then leave her hanging at the very end and say, sorry, I can't go on this journey with you? Yes. But is that what makes it real and relatable and authentic to the world? Do we have a man in power who's really just a fucking goof actor without any real power? Yes. Does he have women by his side or are helping pull the strings? Yes, there is so much about this film that is representative of real life that has stood the test of time. It is not about songs. It's a bonus that you go home remembering the songs that you've never heard before prior to this film.
Well, I've been
That
singing
is-
them. I've been humming them.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is just a bonus. This movie is so important for remembering why we need to see movies in film. It is so important to why we shouldn't judge people based on their stereotype and their exterior of not only just like who they are in the world, but who they are within the industry. It is a reminder of the beautiful nature of representation, how such a nod to theater, musical theater, to showcase singers of this caliber, reminding us that they are the true athletes of the entertainment industry. And for fuck's sake, anyone can see it. Anyone can go and enjoy it, and you're going to have a good time. That is what a movie, a blockbuster, a best picture is about. Go see Wicked.
Yeah, the movie's excellent. It's great.
Yeah, it's sensational. I think that this is just an undeniable movie. Like, it doesn't matter if you like musicals or don't like musicals. I don't like musicals, and the fact that this like made me lean in a way that I normally don't with musicals, because I feel like, every time they start singing, I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to listen to this part because it's not driving the plot forward. Every song drives the plot forward. I believe Keith said at some point that the best musicals, whenever they break out in a song, it is just like an explosion of their emotions that the scene is giving them or something like that. That's in every ounce of the music in these movies. And then not only are they performed well, but they are also fucking bangers. They're just good ass songs. It's literally you watching a movie and listening to a good album.
Yeah.
It's like why not? That those two things should meet in a way that create greatness, and it does.
The movie also does an unfortunately really great job of being an allegory for the time we're living in right now.
Yeah.
I think the original musical was more of a metaphor for anti-Semitism. This is more of just a race allegory. Well, we are wicked pilled.
Yep.
Stay wicked pilled.
Yep.
Been wicked pilled.
We got to have a whole dissertation about what this movie was actually about. That's how good of a movie it was.
Yeah, we obviously need to do
about a fucking
two.
musical? That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
We don't do that about musicals. That's crazy.
We've never asked Rainie to keep going
Yeah.
on a recording, but we
Yeah.
must stop apparently.
Nah,
Goddamn.
sounds like bullshit.
I have been changed.
Look at that.
For
That was great.
good. Oh, I need you to see part 2.
You see, the ending note wasn't as good as the beginning, but otherwise that was pretty great.
It was great.
Thank you.
I'm at Grande and all things.
I'm at Wicked the Movie on all the things.
I'm at Garrick Bernard on all the things.
And until next time, all together. 1, 2, 3.